It's a great pleasure to be joined by the Red Hill President, Graham Sherry, and we're going to have a chat about last week and an awesome round of football and a great initiative from Red Hill, obviously the Reconciliation round. Graham, tell us a little bit about how this all came about for the club.
Well, we've been trying to get this round up for the last 2 years, but we needed a club to play on the interleague game day, and Crib Point came to the party this year, so we went ahead. Originally it was going to be themed as an Indigenous round match, but because it was so close to Reconciliation Week, we decided that we'd retheme it Reconciliation Week, and got in touch with a few of the local Indigenous welfare groups to join us in a working group. And we worked up a plan for it over about 3 months and came off last week.
Very good, and it was a success?
Great success. We had 800 people here, which is probably about 200 more than we normally get to a Crib Point game. Had beautiful weather, so everything went well. It was great.
And a credit to Crib Point as well.
They came on board. They were great. So it's the second time we played Crib Point in the space of 5 weeks. But it works out later for us, both of us, because we get a buy in the first week of July when you really need one. So we're happy about that.
So the club is the first club to actually go ahead with a wrap. So tell us a little about that.
Well, the wrap is a natural extension of recognising the need to recognise our commitment to reconciliation and the fact that there are disadvantaged Indigenous and Torres Strait Islander people on the Mornington Peninsula that need our help, especially youth. And the whole concept is designed to get more youth participation in sport on the Mornington Peninsula to deal with some of those issues that the youth are facing down here. There's 2,500 Indigenous people on the peninsula. They don't get a lot of attention, we think, especially not in the sporting field. And organised sport can do a lot for youth. So that's why we got behind it and have the game first, and the wrap came out of the game.
Very good.
Out of the concept of the game.
It's a really great initiative as well. And I want to talk about the jumpers. Who designed the jumpers?
Well, this jumper was designed by Shaden Bloomfield, one of our registered players who's off injured at the moment, and Jamelia Gadsby, who's one of our women players. They designed the jumper, they designed the netball bib.
The netball bib as well, can't forget the netball bib. So with these jumpers and bibs, are you doing anything with them? Are you auctioning them off?
We've sold.
Have you raised some money?
We've auctioned the jumpers. We auctioned the jumpers after the match last week and raised just over $5,000, which means we'll probably just about break even on all the expenditures we've had for the day, which is great.
Who are some of the really key people, apart from yourself, that made this day?
Well, VACA has been good. VACA at Frankston, who look after the welfare of Aboriginal Torres Strait Islander youth. The meeting places at Hastings and at Frankston, the Mornington Shire and the Frankston Shire Indigenous Affairs groups, and Peninsula Health. They all came together with us and Crib Point to form a working group to get this thing off the ground. And it's the first of, it'll be an annual event between us and Crib Point.
So always Crib Point, they've agreed to every year.
That's what the deal is.
Awesome.
So it'll be at home at Crib Point next year. But if we're fortunate to go up into Division 1, we'll take this concept with us. Because the idea is to expand it to every club in the NPNFL and hopefully throughout the other leagues that are controlled by the AFL Southeast.
If I could just get Darryl Holmes to bring over the trophy, as I'm just obviously having a look there from last week. A fantastic looking trophy, and it did go to Red Hill last week.
It did. This trophy was designed by Jamelia Gadsby, one of our players. I just mentioned her before. So she did this work, and this was given to a player that demonstrates a number of attributes based towards inclusiveness, reconciliation, all of those, not just the best player, but amongst our footballers and netballers. And this is the first of an inaugural that'll be happened every year. And it went this year to Georgia Vines, one of our netball players, who's been terrific around the club, who just happens to be standing over here. Georgia,
come and have a chat.
Here she is.
So Georgia won the award last week. What does it mean to you to win the first Reconciliation pretty much award for the club?
Yeah, it was really exciting. I think I saw all the work that went into the day that we had down here last weekend, and it was really amazing. I'm very proud to be a part of this club, and I didn't expect to win this at all, and it was very exciting to win it. So
very good. Well, hats off to the Red Hill Footy Club, or Football Netball Club, I should say. The AFL is getting a lot better at obviously recognising the Indigenous community as well. It is Sir Doug Nicholas round in the AFL round as well, but great work on taking obviously the lead on local footy as well.
Yeah, that's where we need it. Yeah, I'm glad you recognise that, because the AFL do it, but local footy hasn't been doing it. The NPNFL haven't been doing it. But we think us and Crib Point have taken the lead, and we think that the other clubs should get on board and do something about this next year.
We definitely commend you for it, and great work in the initiative, and thanks for joining us on GameFace.
Thank you.
Get your GameFace on.